Hello, everyone. My name is Alex Seguin here in Austin, Texas. I lead a local initiative called Excel AI. It's around A education, tying education to innovation. So, having launched 15 products in the past, very keen on using the latest and greatest tools, developing cool applications that automate our work. So, what I'm going to tackle is something I developed just today, used Cursor for the first time with a buddy of mine and friend, Avi. He and I were talking to some members at Kwai yesterday during a 4th of July celebration, and they're like, you should try Cursor to get some of your ideas out there. So, in a project that I worked 20 hours on over a period of 1 or 2 months, I actually did today 2 hours only. So, if you look at that efficiency gain, it's like 10x the improvement just to come up with something actually way more useful using some of the open source off the shelf capabilities from Cursor AI. So with that, let's begin. And this is just to wow people to show what's possible. And I'll show you kind of what I'm thinking. All right. So first off, y'all should be able to see my screen. I'm going to open this script here. I had this a whole automation menu created just for this. This was generated in like literally 5-10 minutes. And I'm going to run this execution. What you're going to notice here is there's exact mouse position. So there's this target functionality. Um, to start and recording a new automation. So we use that a lot of times. This actually honors Matt's background. So Matt Politiak, he's a section leader, sniper section leader, who's actually been in like German sniper school. So his background's pretty unique. And I would say from a background of Nike and doing his own startup on VPN using WireGuard frameworks, he's a really good solution architect. So special shout out goes to Matt. All right, so we're gonna execute that saved automation, and I'll tell you what's going on with my hands up to show you that like there's no keyboard or mouse interaction while I'm doing this. So hands up, mouse clicks on Google Chrome. You'll notice that we maximize that window, and we're gonna go to the search bar and type in something like Quiet AI or Quiet Crypto. Hit enter, and you'll see that open up with a Quiet Network with automation saying complete. So again, this is to show what's possible. In the back end, kind of how I developed this was to go here, use this menu structure, and you can kind of see the save steps, but just go into certain positions and then, even assigning an action, everything. So everything's about action, um, time delays, and just basics, right? But Cursor AI was able to do this pretty easily. What I like about this is, let's see, stop sharing here. I like this because what I have a background and strength in is developing neural nets specific to computer vision. So one day we envision using vision to actually interact with your screen with your voice as a local AI neural net processing to do voice to text and just everything edge-based neural nets, ideally TensorFlow Lite, because those are pretty lightweight 5 to 6 megabyte file sizes, where you can use the power of computer vision sensing, just like how the human brain interacts, where voice vision to the highest primary uses of communication. And we'll use that to come up with cool projects, which will accelerate the education in the AI front, but also to develop cool things where one day maybe we have like a Jarvis-like system. Now we're very early in the game of AI in the sense of LLMs, so very good for writing. We're getting into like light coding, but I think the future is going to be like physical interaction. So, uh, for instance, how do we develop architecture of something like a dog house or a tiny house or tiny home, where we can design something with your family, come up with the step-by-step instructions after 20 iterations of design, maybe get an architect friend or engineer friend to look over it, and basically say, here's the step-by-step and the cost estimations to, develop something with even time estimates of, a level 1 builder versus like a level 5 builder. So that's what's coming, I think, around the corner. Keen on this, following this since 2020, since we launched this AXL AI initiative prior to ChatGPT becoming reality. So this is going to be very exciting. And again, just thanks for the follow as well as just for sharing what I see as possible in the world. And I will go into one other element. If you look at the tracking of tools like this, I envision this like before even crypto or anything else is used, just internal tracking, what I call like for minutes donated. So we're gonna have like minutes donated for this would be like 2 hours for me. So it's 120 minutes. And how you track innovation in this way, you also say, okay, look, if I actually got paid, we would track in multiples of minimum wage. Why I like locals or localization of minimum wage is someone in Nepal making minimum wage can be compared on the same level as someone in the US making minimum wage. And so it's like my salary might be accepted for a project might be a 5 time multiple minimum wage. Someone in Nepal, same thing, 5 time minimum wage equivalent. But it doesn't matter where you're from. We shouldn't look at dollars as the only source of truth, but like how we're helping people in various regions around the world is through paying them, right? And so that would be a second kind of principle of tracking. And the other piece is if this is a 120-minute project, you know, 5 times that, we're looking at was that 600, 120, 120, 120, whatever, whatever 5 times 120 is. Um, let's go here times 5. Yeah, 600. All right. So like we're looking at something like giving AI credit if you're 5 times more productive and showing that, hey, you use technology, so you're able to do that 600 minute project in now 120. But for this project, it was actually 20 times more efficient. So we'll give you an AI credit of 1200, and we'll also document that the human actuals with the technology was 120 minutes. So like just to show and incentivize the behavior, which is if you use tech, you actually increase the outcome and decrease the time to do something. The next level here is to actually now increase the amount of human feedback, that ecosystem using AI and like 1,000 people for feedback to accelerate the feedback loop through voice of the customer and hands-on user demos. So I look forward to that phase of the development. And I have actually a project I'm doing now where we're targeting something like 1 million people's feedback, narrowing down to like 3 to 9 themes, prioritizing risks as well as what people want in a product, and hopefully that becomes something useful for democratic decision making one day. So with that, I will stop recording. But again, Alex Edwin, Excel AI Initiative around education, accelerating AI with the intent to work on cool projects that incorporate the latest and greatest technologies like Kwai and just like literally accelerate the innovation cycle and like ultimately human intelligence in it today, because all technology should leverage the ability for us to up level our own minds and come up with cooler solutions without getting rid of our jobs, right? So that's a very critical in this whole pathway and journey I've been on. So thank you. Have a great day, and we shall chat soon.